Hi, this is an ASUS mini laptop. It's called the Eee PC. That's triple Eee PC, and it is a tiny, small form factor laptop, which comes loaded with a Linux distribution from Landros. So I'll just power it up. As you can see, it takes a few seconds to start up. It was in resume mode, so so what you saw wasn't a boot from a cold start, but the boot takes about 15 or 20 seconds from cold start anyway. So I have my SD card plugged in here, and a few videos on here, and you know, these videos are just AVI videos encoded with Xvid, and it plays on my GP2X little handheld. It plays in my Ubuntu box, and you'll see that the videos seem to play here with no problem whatsoever. So if I click one of them, I'll try this one here. Now, I want to remember that the mouse button looks like a single button, very similar to a Macintosh, but don't be fooled by that, because if you try and push in the middle, you'll have a hard job. It is actually a rocker, and it is the two buttons, the left and right, as a normal mouse would have. So, being a Mac user myself, I was a bit confused by that the first time I tried it. So you click on the mouse button, and that should launch the video program. This is a documentary on Starlab that came from YouTube. And as you can see, it plays along. Sound quality is quite good despite the tiny machine. It's at least as good as or better than my iBook. And the video quality is certainly a lot better than watching it on my iPod, for instance, or even on the GP2X. So as a portable entertainment machine, I think it's a thumbs up, really. You can escape that, and I'll just quit the videos. And as you can see, the user interface is quite simple. Big chunky icons. For a small device, you don't want to go poking around little menus. You just want to go straight where you want to go, and hopefully bring up the application. So for instance, you can go to work. All the tabs at the top of the major categories, so you get internet, work, learn, play, settings and favorites. Within work, you've got documents, spreadsheets and presentations. Now the documents and spreadsheets is actually OpenOffice. So OpenOffice has the advantages in that you can open all your Microsoft Office documents. Within OpenOffice, you can even edit them and save them as Microsoft documents to open on your PC at home. So yeah, that's absolutely amazing for a commuter. And the scope of OpenOffice is so close to Microsoft Office now that yeah, you hardly tell the difference these days. In fact, why people spend hundreds on Office is a bit of a mystery to me, really. But anyway, having a look at the applications, you've got some other ones. You've got Acrobat Reader. It is an actual Acrobat Reader for Linux, so it's not using GhostScript or anything like that. Mail takes you to Thunderbird. File Manager will take you to a general file manager on the machine. Dictionary is a dictionary that's contained on the machine. It doesn't need the web to access, so it's quite a useful little dictionary. And your yellow sticky notes. In the Learn area, you've got Science, Language, Math, Paint and Web Learn. There's a few interesting things, mainly for students or children. In Science, you have a periodic table and a little planetarium program, so you put in your address, will show you where the stars are and things outside. Language, there's a few language programs. Math, you've got a function, graph, plotter. Paint, well, pretty much like Windows Paint, really. Play, some cute little games here. Within games, you have Solitaire, so Windows users won't feel left out. Frozen Bobble or Puzzle Bobble, it's quite a common game where you shoot. It's like colour matching, shooting bubbles. I have no idea what Crack Attack is. Penguin Racer, that really is there to demonstrate the 3D ability of the machine, which is quite impressive actually. Sudoku, that's for the commuters. Potato Guy, that's for your kids. And Tetris, of course. Settings, we'll go into the various settings of the machine, change anything like printers, volume, system info, date and time. You've got limited control over the actual desktop environment in terms of look and feel. It is, I think you've got 3 different options: green, blue and silver. It is possible to go into the Linux operating system and hack around with those, change the icons and wallpaper and things, but you need to be a Linux user to know where to go and to fiddle with those. Now what I've done is I've actually gone to the ASUS website and uploaded up their repositories. And a very simple download, you can actually enable the full KDE Desktop on this machine, and I'll just demonstrate that now. If I shut down the machine, usually you'd get only these 4 icons: shut down, restart, standby and task manager. Once you've downloaded the full desktop application, you actually get a full desktop icon that appears. So clicking on that, I'll say, are you sure you want to go to full desktop? You'll shut down the machine, reboot, and you should see the full KDE Desktop appear. It starts up X, so it's starting up the environment, loading panel, restoring session. KDE is up and running, and there you have KDE Sandros style. So you've got this is just my smart card box popping up. It's asking me if I want to use my smart card in File Manager or open it in Music or Photos. So I'll just cancel that. By clicking on the Start menu, you can see a lot more applications than you see on the simple interface. The first one is probably the most important. It's called the Synaptic Package Manager. That is used for installing other applications from the ASUS repositories. Now therein lies an interesting secret. If you actually put in the Debian repositories, and be quite careful, you can load all sorts of other applications. Now so far I've installed Inkscape using this method, and I'll be trying GIMP and various other applications in the near future. But using this, I mean, it's a much more familiar, sort of more adult orientated environment, pretty much like like Windows really, or Mac OS. And as you install things from the repositories, you'll have them appear here. So where I put Inkscape is, you can see the Inkscape icon has appeared. Inkscape is quite interesting because Inkscape actually uses a window that's bigger than the resolution of the laptop. There is a convenient way to get around that. If you hold it's the Alt key and then click drag with a mouse, you can actually move a window panel around on the screen even if it's too big for the screen. So for example, if I launch Inkscape, we're just launching Inkscape, there you can see Inkscape just about fits. Slightly problematic because you can't see the palettes at the bottom, but it's still usable. But now I want to move around, I can go Alt, hold the mouse, and there you go. The whole application will move around within the window. So Inkscape is perfectly usable, even on a little Eee PC. So overall, I'm quite impressed with this little device. It's really all I need as a commuter. It's a dream come true, really. You take it into meetings, you can take notes on OpenOffice. I can load up my Inkscape drawings. Well, SVGs will open up in Firefox, which is what it uses. And I can even do little, presentations if I want to. Born out of the OL PC, in competition with the OL PC, this whole new world of tiny laptops that just do the things you really need a laptop to do is to me quite an amazing event. Because the machine alone was only £220. I managed to get 180. I won't tell you where, but there you go. Give it a look. None in stock at the moment. You might have to wait a few weeks because quite a few people want them.